Hey Aries, welcome to your Astro Reels. As you guys know, these readings are not necessarily just for Aries, they're for everybody, everybody, everybody. And you don't have to be watching this video at the time that it's being published. If it resonates for you, then it's for you. And if it doesn't, it's probably still for you, especially if it was able to manifest and you opened it and you started watching it. That's a lot of coincidental energy. So I would invite you in that case to step back, allow the energies to unfold a little bit more, then come back a few days later and see if the messages start to ring true a little bit more for you. That being said, if you'd like to work well, that kind of just got me, that gave me the energy of Merkaba. So that's a shout out. I actually know an Aries. Oh my gosh, maybe that's for you. You'll know who you are. Anyway, so if you'd like to work more closely with me, you know exactly where to find me. It's right there. So shout out, this message is for thee. Let's jump in. So Aries, as you may notice from the title of this video, go fish. Go fish. At this time, I feel that you may be being presented with potential timelines and possibilities and what may appear to be probabilities in your life, in some area of your life. And of course, it's going to freak you out. It's going to get you scared, all of that. It's okay. It's okay to have and completely natural to have an initial gut reaction. Of course, in such a moment, you want to make sure that you are giving yourself the self-care that you need. You're grounding yourself. You're bringing yourself into alignment, and you're understanding that, listen, you know, spirit is out here. They know. They're helping us to learn lessons. So if you can receive information and find a way to, from a grounded place, allow your information to flow and allow your emotions to flow, and then take a step back and make a mindful response to it, then that's the winning package right there. Now, does it mean that the information is false? No, it may well be something that is to come to pass, or it may well be just what you needed to hear in order to provoke a certain energetic response within you, because it's all about healing. That being said, not gonna lie, NGL, healing card right there. Okay, let's take a look at what's underneath there, because I drew these cards here. Oh, gracious receptivity. Weren't we just talking about receiving messages? But take a look here, because these cards, I pull these Lemurian cards only whenever I'd like to look at the very, 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 very high frequencies that are coming in terms of our light codes, in terms of, you know, any frequencies that are coming from elsewhere. And this is resonating with what the message is for you, Aries, or whoever you are, probably everyone, because these are still collective readings, okay? So if you've gotten some news that's kind of scattered your energy, made you really afraid, made you wonder what's going on, the best way to move forward is to have the emotional response, or emotional reaction is better, but then to regroup, then to collect yourself, then to get calm. And as I said that, it was 3 minutes and 33 seconds to collect yourself and regroup. Energetically speaking, that means don't allow your energetic field to like blow up and now you're fragmented. Pull it back in, call back your energy. And then ground it. I don't know if you guys felt that, but as soon as I said call back your energy and then ground it, I felt like all this energy come back into the throat region and then like shoot down to my feet and out. So remember, when you promote certain visualizations in your mind, you're actively moving energy. That's how you move energy. You think it and it moves. Unfortunately, through our human body eyes, we're unable to perceive of the energetic movement, obviously, in the physical, and so you may have to rely on your clairvoyance. But what you can do is start to just create that image for yourself to kind of give you a little guiding force. A really quick example that some of you might find very helpful is, that everybody gives off their own auric field. And so if you really could see with your clairvoyant eyes, people, you would see them walking around outside, super cute. Everybody, every dog, every cat, every bird that you see will be surrounded by its own energetic field of light. And depending on what level of the field you're tapping into with your clairvoyance, you will see different renderings. If you're tapping into their emotional body, you'll see them as colors swirling around. If you're tapping into their mental body, you'll see them more as like a grid or whatnot, right? So the point is that if you can't see that, but you'd like to get into the habit of treating people like a piece of God, the spark of the divine that they are, everybody that you see outside, you can have the mental exercise of visualizing them surrounded by light. So that's just the analogy that I wanted to show you. Anyway, so today's video is called Go Fish, and I like that attitude because you may be presented with some type of news that stresses you out, that feels harrowing in some sense, 5 minutes, 55 seconds. You want to breathe, and then if you don't like what comes through, tell them, go fish, drop that Uno reverse, right? Just go fish. And the reason why is, remember, you can choose what timelines you would like to be a part of, what timelines and potentials you would like to have active. And of course, there's a certain limitation at times because of your karmic commitments in your soul curriculum, but you have a lot more power and ability to tap into higher frequencies and to higher and more enjoyable potentials for yourself. And that's the message coming through. So look at the first card that's coming through already. Look at this challenging card. Anytime I see that card, there's struggle going on. Oh, look at that. Yeah, it's almost like they're not the same person, obviously, but it's almost like a mirror image. You can choose whatever you'd like to have be the case, right? Let's go ahead and fold these. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and yawn. Oh, excuse me. Because once we start yawning in these readings, it's the energies. Speaking of, I wanted to take a look at this card here. Unplug from mass consciousness. Now, one of the things that is important to know when we are considering timeline jumping, because that's pretty much what we're doing here. You can call it timeline jumping. You can call it unplugging from the current reality and locating a more beneficial reality and tuning into that, whatever the language is that you'd like to use. What's happening is that you're turning your attention away from feeding and focusing on one thing, and you are focusing and turning your attention to focusing on and turning your attention to something else. The mindful part about this is that once you start to disconnect, first of all, you ground yourself, right? First of all, you get something that you hear about something you don't like. You remind yourself you're in a safe place. You go ahead and ground yourself, call spirit into alignment, and then you set about getting into a mindset where you can unplug from the reality that you have. Now, that takes a little bit of skill sometimes, in the sense that you're going to have to also have the belief that you can do that, right? A lot of people will be like, okay, I'll try it, but I don't really believe it. Well, then don't waste your time. Let's go play Legos or something somewhere. Since we want to be so in the physical field, you want to play with something physical, let's do some Legos. But if you would like to really do some work in the now moment, you cannot be in your Lego set. You have to be in the non-physical. And so that's when you start to have these envisionings and you unplug, right? That's the sound of unplugging from the reality that you believed was true for you, not only a few seconds ago. And then you conjure up what it is that you would like to have. And when I say conjure, I am not talking about lighting a candle and getting an eye of newt and a salamander's tail. No, I'm talking about envisioning something. Look at her, cute. She's envisioning something. So you close your eyes if you like. That's really helpful for some people. Close your eyes, unplug from what you believe to be the case now. unplug from your belief that you cannot change things, all that stuff. Just get rid of it. And then envision what it is that you would like to be doing and feel yourself doing that. Be in that space, smell the water, do all this stuff. The guides just literally talked about this in one of the moon readings, because this is something we're being called to do right now, all of us, right? And as you do that, feel it. And I think in the last video that we did, the guys were suggesting that we really try to hold that activity for a nice juicy 7 minutes in heaven and really do that. And then 10 minutes, 10 seconds, then you're done. And keep feeding that and act in alignment with that reality. But you will have to systematically start to disconnect from the old systems of thought that keep you in the old ways. Once you start to conjure up what it is that you'd like and you feed that energy, you start to take action steps in alignment with that and what it is that you'd like to receive. And that starts with when you are faced with something. If it's not something that pleases you, then you hit that go fish button, go fish. And then you get to work in a quiet room somewhere, reversing that energy. What is that? Yeah. And if you watch my videos, you know I always say that this card is a really heavy hitter. The only word I can think of from this is integrity, right? So this is a very strong message coming through, as bubbly as it's being presented, as cute, 11 minutes, 11 seconds, as these cards are. It's what's being... Yeah, it's so funny because I was going to say it's what's being said, I was going to say. And as I said, it's what's being said in my mind. I heard... It is written. It's what's being written. So yeah, what you put into motion within you is, wow, this card really wants to come out, is what you will bring to pass. So obviously some things you want to keep in mind is that things may seem open and shut. They may seem black and white. They may seem like a given, like, oh, well, this happened, so this is going to happen. Oh, I got this email, so this is what's the reality. No, sometimes it's just a heads up, like, hey, just letting you know, on the path ahead of you, this is what your guides are doing. On the path ahead of you, there's something laying down there. So just throwing it out there, seeing if maybe you can do something about it, what you'd like to do. Yeah, let it hit your field, kind of think a little bit about it, and then get to work with your guides. Call in your guides, call in your higher self, release the ego, and start really looking at what it is that you would like to have be the case. Yes, this is a moment for mastery. This is a moment for mastering the manifestation process. And really, at the end of the day, manifesting is just based on the idea that you can have your dreams come true for you in a big way. The only thing is that there are things that are blocking your, like this, you may have an idea of what you'd like to do, but there are thoughts and beliefs and emotions and all of these things trapped in the body, and that inform your belief system, that are sometimes unknowingly blocking your way towards your emotional fulfillment. Sometimes what's also blocking us is that we have an idea of what's going to emotionally fulfill us. For example, a new car. That's a quick example. And so we make our whole life be about gathering this material wealth to get this new car, and we steer in that direction, and we work and this and that for the car, and then maybe you might get the car, and then you realize, oh, this isn't bringing me the happiness I thought, because it really was never about the car. So sometimes we're kind of off on a wild goose chase, or a red herring, so to speak, because we don't actually know what's going to bring us happiness. So my friend, at the end of the day, it's about getting to yourself, always doing the inner work to really get inside, get to know yourself, and really understand that you're constantly shifting. You may perceive of your life as being a continuum, but that's because your vision is limited. Understandably, if your clairvoyance was on point and your claircognizance and all of this, and this is just the way you roll and it's just a gift, you will see many other things going on. You will perceive of many timelines. You will perceive of different energetic frequencies. You will perceive of different modalities to tap into different things. So you see, you really have more at your disposal to really, it's funny, I was going to say to really receive, and now they're showing me it's the same posture. More at your disposal to receive. gracious receptivity. So this is also a call to say, hey, we're here connecting with you to say there is another way. Let us help you. Okay, so I'm going to leave this reading here. If you'd like to have a more personalized reading based on your energy field, you know exactly where to find me. And until then, God bless you, and let's keep a level head. All right, see you guys later. Mwah.